Well, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Sell More with Auctiva on Facebook Marketplace webinar. My name is Natasha Burns, and I am the product manager here at Auctiva, and I'm very excited to have you all on the call today and talk about our newest integration with Facebook Marketplace and how it can benefit you and your business. Joining us for today's call is our special guest speaker and meta expert, Angela Hugh. And she'll be specifically joining and telling you all about the benefits of the Facebook Marketplace. So during today's presentation, we're going to cover 5 main areas. We'll go over the details of the Auctiva and Facebook partnership. We'll discuss the benefits on selling on Facebook Marketplace. And then we'll share a couple seller success stories. So we actually do have 2 success stories from 2 Auctiva sellers, and they'll go ahead and share their experience with you. And then we'll go ahead and give you a live demonstration. So I will be specifically giving you a live demonstration of how to get your Facebook commerce account set up and connected to Auctiva and items listed. At the end of the webinar, there will definitely be some time for open Q&A. So at any time throughout the webinar, please feel free to type your questions into the questions section of the GoToWebinar interface, and we will be happy to answer those at the end. So a little bit about Auctiva and Meta's partnership. We started working together last year and discussing how we can help our sellers better make profits and expand their items to the Facebook Marketplace. We launched our integration around November of 2021, and we've been working very closely together ever since to fine-tune it and make it more efficient and streamlined for you sellers. One of the unique benefits about the Auctiva and Facebook Marketplace partnership is that currently Facebook Marketplace is not opened, registration to sell on Facebook Marketplace is currently not open to the general public. But because Auctiva is a trusted and long-time third-party listing tool, we can help get you early access to Facebook Marketplace visibility. Basically, the way that kind of works is Auctiva and Meta, because we have a close partnership, they are able to review the new sellers that kind of connect their Facebook account to Auctiva, and if they pass their quality checks, they tell us that you may be approved for early marketplace exposure. And so essentially about 1 week after you connect your Facebook account to Auctiva, you may get a notification that says, hey, congrats, you've been approved for early marketplace exposure, in which you could then turn it on and start receiving the benefits of the Facebook Marketplace. An additional benefit is that we have great account support, so you can contact our team, the Auctiva team, anytime Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. through 6 p.m. If you have any trouble getting started with Facebook or your items listed, or if you have any questions just about getting started, we have a dedicated customer support team available to help you with that. Email support and also live chat and phone support is also available. All right, Angela, could you please take it away?
Yeah, thank you very much, Natasha. Hi, everybody. This is Angela Hu. I am a product manager at Meta, and I focus on seller growth for Facebook Marketplace. So Facebook Marketplace was launched in 2016, and it was a way for buyers and sellers to connect to each other on this platform and to sell and buy things locally as well as shipped. We've seen such success in growing the platform over the years, and we're now enabling businesses to sell on Marketplace directly, so they could connect and reach their buyers in an even wider reach. And today we have 1 billion people visiting Facebook Marketplace every month globally to easily discover, buy, and sell great products at great prices locally and shipped. Next slide, please. So what are the benefits of selling on Facebook Marketplace? Essentially, Facebook Marketplace can function as a sales channel for your business in addition to anywhere else you're selling online. The first benefit is that you can reach more buyers directly on where they are already shopping today on Facebook Marketplace. Your catalog will be distributed automatically onto Marketplace and all the distribution channels on Facebook. And we are providing a limited time offer to waive the selling fee until the end of the year for all the business orders marked in the US. And you can, with Auctiva and Facebook Marketplace integration, you can streamline your order management. You can continue to manage and process your orders in the same way that you are doing today on Auctiva. Your inventory will be automatically synced to Facebook Shop as well as Marketplace. There's nothing you need to do manually to enable that. And as we mentioned, we're giving everybody an early access to link your Facebook account directly with Auctiva, and you can opt in to turn on the Marketplace as an additional sales channel on Facebook. All right, with that, I will pass it back to Natasha.
All right, thank you, Angela. All right, so we have a couple seller success stories we wanted to share before we dive into the live demo. The first is meet Dave. Dave is the founder of Four Daughters Collectibles. He's been selling with Auctiva since 2008, so he's been with us for a very long time and has definitely seen the Auctiva platform mature and expand over time. Dave joined Facebook Marketplace through Auctiva in November of 2021, and his primary product is antiques and collectibles. He currently has about 3,000 items for sale, and when we took a look at his data over the first basically quarter of this year, we were able to see that on average he had 32% growth in total monthly sales since he started selling on Facebook with Auctiva. Now, unfortunately, Dave was unable to join today, but he did want to share with you all that the initial setup with Facebook definitely had its hurdles. However, with Auctiva's great customer support team, any issues that he had were resolved quickly, and sales for his Facebook commerce store began to soar. He explained with monthly product views of 20,000 to 25,000 and sales up 25%. It has been awesome. Next up, we have John. John is the founder of Tropic Comics. John has also been with Auctiva for a very long time. As he started using Auctiva in 2009. And he joined Facebook Marketplace more recently here in February of this year. His primary product is also antiques and collectibles, and he currently has about 1,200 items up for sale. He joined Facebook a little later, so we had a little less data to look at, but it does appear that in the last 30 days, 39% of his total sales did come from Facebook. So John also could not attend today, but he is able to provide us with his interview. So I met with John yesterday and we touched base, and I wanted him to share a bit about his experience. So I have this 5-minute interview I'd like to share with you all. All right. Well, John, thank you for joining us today. I'm very happy to have you aboard and have you share your experience with everyone on the call. Could you just tell us a little bit about your business to get the thing started?
Hi, I sell antiques and collectibles, pop culture. I'm an expert in comics and movie posters, and I've been selling them for over 40 years. And I do sell a large gauntlet of a lot of things, but mainly I focus on paper.
All right. And can you tell us a little bit about your experience getting Facebook Shops and Facebook Marketplace set up? So specifically, how did the setup process go compared to other marketplaces in your experience?
Once I got a grasp of it, on how it went very smoothly. Being able to import my eBay items over to Facebook with a few glitches here and there to categories that I use. It went very well. And the sales, I got to tell you, the sales just started. It was in the third day or fourth day, and it just, as you could say, as a percentage that you said, 39% of my sales last month was an additional to what I already sell on eBay and Amazon. I had an increase, and it was older items. It was items that normally weren't selling on the other platforms that suddenly sold on Facebook. So it was great.
Oh, that's great. That is wonderful news. Can you tell us a little bit more about that listing process you mentioned? So what do you do when you need to list new items on Facebook and other channels through Auctiva?
Depending on what the item is, if it's a singular item that I really have to grade and it's really conditions thing, after you've done the photos and everything, 5 to 10 minutes. But if it's a similar item, like if I'm listing movie photos or I'm listing the same run of comics where I just have to change things, 2 minutes, 2-3 minutes. I mean, it's pretty quick because you have the same similar. You change the image a little bit, you tweak what you need to tweak, and it's both up and it's live, which is pretty good. And I found that the editing feature for Auctiva, which is what I would tell people, is much faster than eBay, which I was discussing earlier. with you offline. It's amazing after everything I found, the quickness that Auctiva lets me hit items and becoming live is faster than eBay itself.
Oh, great. So are you talking about the bulk editing feature where you can change the status of your items on new channels?
Yes, or even individual. Like if I had a problem on a condition and I said, oh, I forgot to put it in that category, or I forgot to list that it had a spine roll, let's just say a comment, and I go back in, I can go back in and it does both of them instantly. And before, when I do eBay and you go in and you go edit item and you do this and you click, you have to wait a little bit to see if it took. It'll tell you the window come up, say a couple of minutes. This is instantaneous. I've never experienced anything like this. I click my eBay listing and it shows the changes I've done immediately.
Wonderful. Okay. And then let's see, compared to the other channels you sell on, has Facebook generated more or less sales?
Well, as you pointed out earlier, I had a 39% increase in the last 30 days. And these were items that I wasn't selling. So I didn't do a ton of new listings for Facebook. This was items that were already listed and sitting on other platforms, mainly eBay.
Well, good. Yeah, so like a good channel for antiques and collectibles then. You have a lot of people looking for those items.
And I do find that I have listed new items on both platforms, and if it doesn't sell on eBay within a day or two, it's selling on Facebook.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you for sharing. I did have two last questions. Do you have any tips or best practices for new sellers looking to get started?
The most important thing I can tell you is to visualize your business and how you're going to store your items, how you're going to have access to your items, and do the SKU. The SKU is a very important thing. Put your box number, your item number. It's just so that you get it right and you build on that. You usually do boxes on a shelf and say box 1, box 2, box 3, box 4, and you have to change the number after that. But you know where the item is, and you can locate it and have hands when you have a question from somebody on any one of these platforms. You can easily access it, or you can ship it. You know where it's at.
Right.
And that's important.
Yep. Organized inventory. Good. Very good call out. All right, John, last but not least, is Facebook Marketplace worth the investment?
Yes. I can't say it any quicker.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Thank you, John, so much for your participation and sharing some insight of your experience through Auctiva and Facebook Marketplace with all of the sellers on the call. We greatly appreciate it.
Thank you very much. And to all of you, good luck.
All right, well, there you have it, folks. That was a little bit of John's feedback as far as his experience of selling on Facebook Marketplace with Auctiva. All right, now let's dive into the live demo. So I first want to give you guys a live demonstration on how to connect your Facebook account to Auctiva. Now, as you can see here in these screenshots, the Auctiva interface may look a little different than what you're used to. I believe many of you on the call actually maybe subscribe to one of Auctiva's older original eBay-only plans, a different interface than what our newer multi-channel plans have, and so I just wanted to call that out real quick. So if you wanted to gain access to our Auctiva integration, you would need to be subscribed to the standard, professional, or enterprise plan. So if you are in one of Auctiva's original eBay-only plans, in order to link your Facebook account to Auctiva, you would first just hover over the My Account tab, click on Change Plan, and then pick from one of our 3 plans available here, which would show you Facebook is available through the standard, professional, or enterprise plan. Once you upgrade your plan, you'll then be presented with a screen that looks very similar to the My Selling Channels Link Accounts page. So if you're already in a multi-channel plan, then in order to link Facebook to Auctiva, you would just hover over your username and go to the My Selling Channels page. But again, if you are subscribed to one of Auctiva's older original eBay-only plans, you would first upgrade to either the standard, professional, enterprise plan, and then you would have the ability to link your Facebook account. All right, so to go ahead and connect Facebook to Auctiva, you would go to the link accounts page, and then you'd locate the Facebook tab. And in my example, you can see I have already connected Facebook to Auctiva. So when you visit this page, it would look slightly different. Essentially, all of this content would be gone and you would just see a blue button that says link my Facebook account to Auctiva. But for this example, I'm going to go through the relink flow, which is basically the same as the link flow. But I definitely want to walk through this just so you all can see how to link your Facebook account to Auctiva, complete your Facebook shop setup, and then list your items. So with that, you'd go ahead and click the link my Facebook account button. And again, in this demonstration, I'm just going to go through the relink flow, but it's essentially the same thing. So you'd go ahead and you'd click the link my Facebook account button, and it will direct you to the Facebook interface where it will ask you to log into your Facebook account. If you're currently logged in, then you can continue as yourself. You just click that blue button. Next, you'll be presented with the modal that asks you to open your shop. Auctiva is not yet integrated with any Facebook ad tools, so you do not have to have that checked, but you can also leave it checked. Eventually, Auctiva will integrate with some Facebook ad ability, and so that might be helpful. And then at this time, Auctiva is not yet integrated with Instagram. That's hopefully coming later on. But for now, we are definitely integrated with Facebook Shops and Facebook Marketplace. So just ensure that you have that checkbox selected and then click on Get Started. Now, the first step is to select which business manager account you want linked to your Auctiva account. So if you've created business manager accounts before, you'll see a list of them in the modal. If you've never created a Facebook Business Manager account before, just click on that button that says Create New, and then create your give a name to your business, and then click on Continue. However, mine is already set up, so I'm just going to go ahead and click Continue there. All right, and then you'll select the page. So you can create multiple Facebook pages. This will be the Facebook page that you want associated to your the business manager account you just selected in the previous step. And this will be the Facebook business page that you want your shop associated to. So this will be the page that you can promote that can help lead buyers to your Facebook shop. And same thing, if you've created Facebook pages in the past, you can select them from this list. Otherwise, if you don't see anything in this list, you would go ahead and click Create New and give a name for your new Facebook page. Once you click it, just go ahead and click on Continue. The next step is to select the catalog you want to publish items to. So if you're just getting started with Facebook, you would just click on Create New and you would create a catalog. It's just a name again, so you just provide a name for this catalog that you want associated to Auctiva, and this will be the catalog that that Auctiva publishes items to. And then you select your ad account. So if you have one from the list, you can select it there. Otherwise, again, if you're just getting started on Facebook and if you've never created a seller account before, you'll likely just need to click the Create New button, provide a name for your ad account, and then click Continue. And then you'll need to select a Facebook pixel. This just helps you understand actions of your ads and how they perform if you are running ads. But again, Auctiva isn't yet integrated with any Facebook ad ability, so we currently don't do anything with this. So again, just pick your pixel from the list presented to you. If you don't see an item, go ahead and click Create New and just create a name for your pixel. Then select it and click Continue. Then you'll confirm your commerce account. If you have a list here, you would select which commerce account you want associated to Auctiva, then click Continue. And then this is the confirmation page. So this is just an area for you to review all of the assets that you had just configured in the steps before, and then click on Continue. And then this is a permissions page. So what is Auctiva allowed to do? All of these are pretty standard permissions. They just allow Auctiva to post items on your behalf and import your orders so you can process them. So I just advise everybody to leave those selected and then click on Next. And you'll see that Auctiva is Facebook is being linked to Auctiva. It takes a moment. And then you'll see that Auctiva is connected to Facebook. Just click on Finish. In doing that, we'll bring you back to Auctiva, where it will ask you if you have any active items already published. Click yes or no. This is just a little call out that says Auctiva can only help you manage the items on Facebook that were posted from Auctiva. So that's why it's really important for you to post and manage your items from Auctiva. And there you'll see that Facebook is now connected to Auctiva. And that is the first step to getting started. Now the next step is to finish your shop setup. So just because you've connected Facebook to Auctiva doesn't mean that you're ready to start listing items yet. You'll first need to set up your Facebook shipping and returns information. You'll need to set up your Facebook payments, payouts, and taxes. And you'll want to enable checkout on Instagram or Facebook as your checkout method. This is really important. Facebook allows two different checkout settings. You can either check out on a different website, or you can enable the checkout on Instagram or Facebook setting. And we definitely want this enabled, as that will help increase the number of conversions or number of sales you make. We definitely want to keep buyers within the app that they're accustomed to without taking them away to a different app. And so that's why you definitely want to have checkout on Instagram or Facebook enabled. And then last but not least, you can enable your Facebook shop and Facebook marketplace toggles to expose your items for sale. All right, so I'll walk you through how to do that. So after you finish linking Facebook to Auctiva, as you saw in the demonstration, you're brought back to Auctiva and you're able to confirm that Facebook was connected successfully. But you're not done yet. So the next thing you have to do is finish the steps below, and then you can start listing items to Facebook. So the first is to go to your shop setting page and add your default Facebook shipping profiles. So in order to do that, you just click on this link right there. It will bring you to the Facebook Auctiva connection page. And by default, in the left nav, you'll see that it brings you to the home page, where on the right-hand side, at a glance, you can see all of your business assets. So if you ever want to check out your shop and check out your catalog from the Auctiva My Selling Channels page on the Facebook tab, you would just click on Shops Settings page, and that will bring you again to this page where you can see, all right, this is the business manager account I'm using. If you want to view your page, you can click on that button there, and it will bring you to your business page. They can review all your details, and you can see that this is the page that also promotes your shop. So you have a quick link in order to access your shop and your page. All right, but back to the original topic, where we need to finish setting up your Facebook shop, including shipping and payout and taxes. So in the left navigation, click on the Commerce tab, and then here is where you'll see the action items you need to complete in order to publish your shop and enable Facebook Marketplace. So the first thing you'll need to do is finish your account setup, such as inputting your default shipping and returns settings. So you'll just click on that link there, and you'll see it will bring you to the Facebook page that will allow you to configure these settings. And you'll see right here in the shipping section, this is my default shipping profile. So any items posted from Auctiva to Facebook will have these settings. If you are just getting started with Facebook, you can go ahead and edit the default shipping profile just by clicking on that little pencil icon. Here you can configure your handling time and also your shipping delivery times. So you can set a base rate. You can set, an additional cost for additional items included in the order. You can set a minimum fee in order to offer free shipping. And then if you want to, you can also enable expedited and rushed shipping as well. So just be sure to set that up because, again, all items posted from Auctiva to Facebook will follow your default shipping profile settings here. Once you have that set up, then you would also need to set up your returns. So again, you would just click on that link down there. And again, it will open up the Facebook page that will allow you to configure your returns. So by default, it brings you to shipping. You would just need to click on returns, and then you can see here by default, there is a 30-day window for returns, but if you needed to, you can go ahead and modify that again by clicking on the pencil icon. Once you have your shipping and returns set up, then you would go ahead and provide your payout and tax details. So you would just go ahead and click on that button. I'm actually not going to open it because it might have some of my personal information in it. But again, very similar to the shipping and returns, you just click on payout and taxes and complete that information there. Once you've completed these 2 steps, you can then enable checkout on Instagram or Facebook. So by default, I do believe everybody starts with the checkout on another website preference. But after you add in your payment and tax information, that's when you then have the ability to change your checkout method to checkout on Instagram or Facebook. And again, we really want this setting enabled, as that allows your buyers to complete the transaction without leaving the Facebook app. And so that's really important and will definitely help drive more sales if you keep the buyer within the app that they're accustomed to. So that is where you would go ahead and enable the checkout method. Again, just as a quick summary, from the Auctiva My Selling Channels page, you click on the Facebook tab, and then you just click on Shops Settings page, and it will bring you to this interface where you can go ahead and add in your shipping returns, payouts, and taxes, and then you can enable checkout on Instagram or Facebook. Once you have all that set up, adding in your payout and taxes, that's basically just some of your business information. Shipping and returns can be configured quickly. So this account setup can take, maybe 10 or so minutes. And then you would enable checkout on Instagram. And then that is when you would enable the Facebook shop and Facebook marketplace toggles. So you can see here, I currently have my shop enabled, and I also have exposure to Facebook marketplace visibility. If you are not approved for Facebook Marketplace, like if you're a brand new seller and your account is currently under review, your commerce interface, your Facebook commerce interface will look something like this, where you'll see that your Facebook shop is enabled and your items there are sellable, but the Facebook Marketplace could show as disabled. So once you are approved for early marketplace exposure, and once your shop has been reviewed and approved, you'll get that notification that says, great news, you're approved for early marketplace exposure. And you would just come here and enable that marketplace toggle, and then your items would start getting exposure within Facebook Marketplace search results. So that is how to finish your Facebook shop setup. Again, as a quick summary, you would click that link my Facebook account button. You'd go through that flow where you select your Facebook Business Manager account, your Facebook page, your catalog, etc. And then you'll come back to Auctiva. You'll see that it was linked successfully, and then you'll complete your setup shop checklist, which is exactly what I just went over. All right. So once you complete your Facebook shop setup, that is when you can start bulk listing your items from Auctiva to Facebook. And you will do that from your product catalog page by using our bulk action change status tool. And I have provided, or I have prepared a quick little demonstration just so you can see how that interface works, because I do believe at least there might be a good percentage of you on this call who are currently subscribed to an older eBay only plan. So again, once you get that all set up, then you can start posting your items to Facebook. Just hover over products in the Auctiva top header, and then click on My Product Catalog. You'll see that it loads a list of all of your active listings, and you can see which channel they're currently live on. So you can see that I primarily sell on Facebook, More Commerce, and eBay. And if you are just getting started, if you have never listed items on Facebook before, then you can essentially just select all of your products, use bulk actions, and then use the change status tool. Most of my products are already listed on Facebook. And so what you can do here is use the filtering tool on the left-hand side to locate products that are currently draft on Facebook. So draft means that your product is not listed on a specific marketplace. So if I want to post all of my items that are not currently live on Facebook yet, I would first filter down to my items that are draft on Facebook. And as you can see, out of my, 27 products, I currently have 4 that are not yet listed on Facebook. Depending on your product catalog, you might have multiple pages of products. But essentially what you'll do is you'll go ahead and click the products, select the products that you want to publish to Facebook, click on bulk actions, click change status. And then you can select the marketplace that you want to update the status on. In this case, I want to enable and post my products on Facebook. So I'll select the Facebook checkbox. I'll set this toggle to activate, and then I'll click update. And then you'll see a success message indicating that your request has been received. And it returned no products because these products are now published on Facebook. So I'm going to go ahead and refresh my product catalog. And then you can see those 4 items that were not yet listed on Facebook now display the Facebook Marketplace toggle, and they have a Facebook product ID. And so that's essentially the flow you can perform in order to bulk activate, your hundreds or thousands of items on Facebook. You essentially just use the filtering tool on the left nav to find the products you want to publish, select it, use bulk actions, change status. All right, and really quickly, I did want to show an example of how to post a single item. So in the case you've published all of your items over to Facebook and you just got a new item in stock and you need to create a listing for it, you can use the add a new product page to do that. So as a quick example, I'll just show you. You can go ahead and pre-fill your product information by searching for your product in this quick lister modal. Otherwise, if you're creating it by scratch, you can close that modal. And the first thing I always recommend sellers do is activate the channel they want to post product to. So in this case, I would post to Facebook and More Commerce and eBay, because those are the other channels I sell on. And then you would fill out the required product information. And as you see, when you do this, the required fields, they start to go away, indicating that you filled out the required information in order to publish this product on a certain channel. You'd give your item a condition. You would give your item a quantity. Auctiva allows you to manage your inventory either through auto-synced quantity or allocated quantity. So if you wanted to manage your quantity levels independently per channel, I would recommend the allocated quantity. That means you get to specify the amount of quantity you want published in your eBay listing and your More Commerce listing independently. Although I do suggest that you all use the auto-synced quantity feature, as that allows you to publish your full stock quantity across all channels, and Auctiva will automatically keep that quantity in sync across channels whenever an edit or sale occurs. So this is a really great way to maximize your product reach without the worry of overselling. Then you'd give your item, a sale price. You'd provide the images for your listing. This is just my child's toy head scratcher. I don't know if you have ever used one of those, but they feel really good on your scalp. Then you provide your product description. And then you just check the left nav bar and you'll see that I have all the green lights, meaning I have filled out all of the required product information for eBay, More Commerce, and Facebook most importantly. Then you just go ahead and click the Submit and Update button. You'll get a little success message indicating that your request was received and performed. And then you'll see right here that your product has been published, and you can verify the status by reviewing the listed on column. So in a nutshell, that is how you can bulk post your items to Facebook just by using the filtering tools on the left-hand side, then using bulk actions, change status, and then activate on the Facebook Marketplace channel. And then that was a quick little demonstration on how you can add a new product. And as John mentioned in his seller interview earlier, the bulk actions tool, it works extremely fast. It's very easy to use. And as you just saw, even posting a brand new listing one by one was also very fast. So just wanted to give that little demonstration right there. All right, now last but not least, whenever you receive a Facebook order, it will be imported into Auctiva and it will be displayed on the Auctiva sales page. So you just click directly on sales and then you'll have the ability to purchase and print a shipping label, or you can upload tracking information if you purchase a label from a different source. But directly through Auctiva, you can go ahead and check rates of our discounted USPS labels, and you can purchase and print all without leaving your Auctiva account. And we send that tracking information right back to Facebook to update the Facebook order and notify the buyer that the shipment is on the way. All right, that was a wrap. We'd like to open the floor for questions and answers now. We still have Angela on the line, and so if there are also Facebook-specific questions, please feel free to type those questions into the questions section of the GoToWebinar interface, and we'll be happy to answer that. I do see that we have quite a few questions, so I'll go ahead and start reading those from the order in which they were received. But again, I just want to remind everybody that if you have any outstanding questions or something you wanted us to talk further about, please feel free to type those into the questions section of the GoToWebinar interface. So we have a seller asking, will the recording of this webinar be available? Yes. Yes, it will definitely be available. May take a day or so, but we'll definitely follow up with those of you who attended and those who also did not attend with a recording of this webinar, so you can watch it and refer to it at a later time. We'll also likely publish it on our YouTube channel too. So if you aren't already, just check out our YouTube channel and subscribe. We do provide a lot of helpful videos there. Second question, do you need a Facebook account? Yes, so in order to sell on Facebook, you definitely need to have a Facebook account. But as you could see through the live demonstration, you don't necessarily have to have a Facebook seller account yet. You could just have a regular user account on Facebook, and then through the Auctiva interface, when you join Facebook through Auctiva, you'll be guided through a flow that will allow you to create your Facebook commerce account.
And Natasha, if you don't mind, I want to jump in on that question.
Of course.
Yeah, if the concern is like, hey, I post a lot of my personal stuff on my Facebook account, I don't want to mix that with my business. So rest assured, the requirement for having a Facebook account is just so that you can create all kinds of business and commerce accounts that Natasha showed in the demonstration. There's going to be no connection between your personal account with your business account shown to the buyers or the viewers of your products. So you have completely separate control of those.
Oh, thank you. Thanks for adding in that detail. It's a good one.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. What is the cost after the trial period? Great question. So Facebook is available in Auctiva's 30-day free trial. So you can essentially try the Auctiva service and try selling on Facebook at no additional cost because it is available in our 30-day free trial. After the 30-day free trial is over, your account access will become limited unless you're subscribed to a plan that offers that access. So if I just, let's see. I just go back to the Auctiva website. If I go to choose my plan, you'll see that we have 4 primary plans available: Startup, Standard, Professional, and Enterprise. And you'll also see the channel integrations that are available with each subscription. So for the standard plan, which is about $50 a month, you'll get access to the eBay, Amazon, and Facebook integration, and all of the the entire Auctiva tool set is available to you. It's really just limited by the channel integrations. So after your free trial ends, you can still have access to all of 3 of these channels for about $50 a month. All right, we have another question. Are you able to list items on different channels with different prices? Yes, great question. I meant to actually show that in my demonstration. Let's go back to the Auctiva product catalog and I'll show you an example of that. So you can see here, most of my items are using the same list price across channel, but for example, this item you can see has different list prices for each channel. So on eBay, it's selling for $60.99. Facebook Marketplace is $59.95. And so through Auctiva, you have the ability to set different attributes for different channels, however you see fit. So for example, let's say I want to update this pricing on a specific channel. And just click directly into that product and then scroll down to the inventory details section. And you can see that I currently have a base price of $49.99. But let's say because Facebook is currently waiving all of their standard selling fees until December of this year, I actually have more room to reduce that pricing, right? Like my margin is a little bigger on Facebook because I'm not really selling those, or I'm not really paying for those fees. So let's say for Facebook, I want to discount this item. You just use the channel override tool, which is available directly under the pricing field. And you'd say, I want a channel override for price for Facebook, and I actually want to sell this item for $49 or $45.99. And then you would just click Save and Update. And we will go ahead and update the Facebook price with the newly desired price that you specified. So yes, to answer your question, you can definitely set different list prices on different channels by using the channel override tool. And to set channel overrides, you just click directly on the product to access the multi-channel one-page lister. You can also use bulk actions and use edit price and quantity, and you'll see that it turns your Auctiva product catalog into an editable grid essentially. But while you can't change like a base price to channel overrides, but you can very quickly make quantity or price adjustments for your products across all channels by using that feature. All right, let's see, we have another question. All right, whom can I call at Auctiva to ask a few questions about eBay, Auctiva, and Facebook? Great question. Sure, a lot of you who are looking to expand to a second channel may have a lot of questions specifically about how your specific eBay items and syncing might all work. But our team is here Monday through Friday. When you log into your Auctiva account, there is in the bottom right-hand corner, there should be a little support bubble. If you click on that, you can go ahead and start a live chat or phone conversation with our team. Or like I said, we have email support also available. Our team generally responds within 24 hours, and they're very helpful and very happy to help you get started. Most of the cases we receive these days are about getting started on Facebook and how does that work with my eBay items. So we have a very knowledgeable team around, and we're here throughout the full business week. All right, let's see. Okay. Looks like we have a question about if Auctiva or perhaps Facebook has any tooling that can be used to help identify a certain subset of buyers. Looks like if sellers are getting flooded with questions, Angela, perhaps you can help out here. Is there any way that sellers can put protections in place about who they want to contact them or sell to? there a way to do that by location or through like that?
I don't think we can do specific buyer targeting. So once you enable your sales channel on marketplace, your inventory, as long as, I mean, at catalog level, you can decide what type of products you want, what kind of products you want to distribute to marketplace.
Mhm.
But once that's enabled, it's eligible for our backend engine to recommend to the appropriate buyers. So the way that people shop on marketplace is based on recommendation engine. If you marketplace tab, you would see that everybody's feed are customized and personalized. It's a very different type of products are being recommended to different type of buyers based on the signals we have on site.
Okay. And what about in the shipping settings? Is there any way to kind of control that, maybe perhaps by location?
Shipping is completely controlled by yourself. So on the Commerce Manager that Natasha is sharing here, what we call is bring your own shipping. You can set up your own shipping policy, return policy, how much you want to charge for shipping, as well as what type of courier service you want to use. So it's totally customizable.
All right, thank you. I hope that answers your question. If not, please let me know and we'll see if we can better describe it, better answer it. Okay, Angela, here's another question for you. What categories are not able to be listed on Facebook? Is there any subset of products or product type or category that's not allowed on Facebook?
Good question. So we actually have a public documentation around the commerce content policy. Obviously, anything egregious are not allowed to list it on marketplace, like we don't allow selling live animals, for example. But those are really extreme cases. We don't have any particular category restrictions around the normal products you can buy online. Maybe we can follow up by selling, sorry, not selling, by sharing the documentation around content policy.
Yes, okay, that sounds good. I think we actually do also have, let me see, a couple FAQs around this. So we go to Facebook. So if you hover over the Auctiva Help tab and click on FAQs, you'll see a section for Facebook. Oh, here we go. Yeah, what categories and conditions are accepted on Facebook? So if you click on this FAQ, you'll see that you can review their commerce policies here. And it looks like let's see. Oh yeah, prohibited, restricted content. So might be down here. Oh yeah, adult products, alcohol. Okay, so yeah, if you want to dig deeper into which categories and what content is allowed, you can hover over the Help tab, click on FAQs, and then click here on the Facebook section, and you can see a bit more information about that. Angela, I do want to know, just because I've worked with a couple of sellers, but correct me if I'm wrong, but coins are not accepted, and also like legal documents. So like we have sellers that sometimes sell like stamps or like old license plates. So those probably wouldn't be accepted, like coins or anything like that, correct?
Right. Those are kind of in the areas where our integrity team consider as egregious. So
Right.
I believe they're not accepted right now.
Yep. Okay. But yeah, if you needed to dig in deeper on those specific details, please refer to the Auctiva FAQs. You can get more information there. Can lingerie be listed on Facebook? That's a good question. Angela, do you happen to know the answer to that?
I don't, sorry.
Okay. Yeah, so for that, I would recommend that you check out the commerce policies. There's probably some better specifics in there. All right, Angela, perhaps another question you can help with. Does Facebook collect and submit tax?
So when you create your account, there's a setting that you can enter for your tax details. We do have tax team, I think, and then they will help you to generate all kinds of, yeah, that's a section you should look at. Generate all kinds of documentation that you need for tax filing.
Okay. Okay, I believe you already answered this, but we have another question. Is the Facebook shop connected to your personal Facebook page in any way?
It does not. So your business identity is represented on Facebook by a page. That page will be linked to your shop. That's how buyers and viewers can discover your business identity. From your page, you can set up your admin account that may or may not be your own personal Facebook account. But the only thing we require to have a Facebook account is so that you can create a page.
Okay, perfect. Is there the ability to have different shipping rates based on the item?
I believe so, yes. We'd have to test it out though, because I personally haven't tried that. But yeah, our shipping is, like I mentioned earlier, is completely customizable by yourself.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it does appear, that they do have an assigned items. So if you have a default shipping profile, you don't have to assign specific items to it. Auctiva will just automatically assume that item will be published to this default shipping profile. But through the Facebook interface, looks like they do have the assign to items ability. So you would just click that button on the specific profile, and then you'd be able to apply it to a particular item. Does this also work for international sellers? At this time, Auctiva is currently only supports the U.S. marketplace, but you, through your shipping, through your Facebook shipping profiles, you do have the ability to enable international destinations. Angela, is that correct?
So we only support on-site checkout, which means that the buyer will pay, will have the checkout button that use their Facebook account to pay. That part of functionality only supports, is only launched in the US market right now.
Okay.
And the integration with Auctiva is only for that part. So that's only US.
Okay.
However, if you want to create like an off-site shop, which is the buyer click on the checkout button, which goes to a third-party website, that part can work with international market.
All right, perfect. Thank you for providing that. I was not aware.
No problem.
How many listings can be uploaded to Facebook? Great question. So Angela had earlier mentioned that there's not a cap on the number of listings you can sell. But through Auctiva, that is controlled by your subscription level. So if we just go back to the choose my plan page in Auctiva, you'll see that we support a varying number of active SKUs. So this is the number of active SKUs you have listed across channels. And just please note that this is SKUs, not listings. So if you have a single product and it's listed on 3 different channels, that's still a single SKU. So we base it off active SKU count, not total SKU count, and not active listings. So essentially, if you signed up for the standard plan, you could get support for 1,000 active SKUs across all of the supported integrated channels. Another question, Angela, about taxes. Does Facebook collect and remit the taxes for orders purchased on the Facebook Marketplace?
I don't think so. I'm not quite sure. But I'm sure there are public documentation we can find out to clarify that.
Okay. All right. Yep. For that question, please just follow up with our team by using the support bubble right here on the bottom right, and we can do some additional digging and help you with that. How is the payment from the buyer sent to the seller, I'm assuming? That is all handled through, that would be handled through Facebook's payment provider, as that's why we would encourage you to enable the on-site checkout. So that checkout with Facebook or Instagram, they handle all of that behind the scenes.
Yep, when you set up the commerce account, one of the steps is to provide your payment, the method you want to receive payment.
Right, and maybe you could speak a little bit about payout schedules. Is that on demand or is that on a monthly basis?
I think it's on a planned schedule. I can't recall what exactly this date. Like for each order, there's an SLA. Once the order is placed, there's an SLA that you need to ship the order. And once the order is received by buyers after X amount of days, you will receive that particular payouts in your account. So we can also follow up with the Help Center doc about the shipping SLA for payment.
Okay. All right. So it seems like it's paid out based off of like a number of days after a specific order was shipped, rather than like on a monthly like lump sum.
Yep.
Yep. Can you have a Facebook business shop without a regular account?
I assume the regular account means your personal Facebook account. Unfortunately, no. You do have to have a Facebook account so that you can create a business account.
Yep. Yeah, but as we demonstrated in the earlier during the live demonstration, directly through the Auctiva join flow, when you click that link my Facebook account button, you can convert your standard regular account into a business account. Okay, yes, this is an Auctiva specific question. Can you access existing listings to new items? Never start from scratch. I use saved listings in the traditional eBay account. Yes, so you can definitely create similar. As you can see, the interface is a little different, so it might be a little bit of might be a shock. You might have to learn a bit new of the tooling, but essentially we do support the same tools. So for example, let's say I have another scalp scratcher toy. You just select an item that best represents the new item you want to create a listing for, and then click on bulk actions, and then click on create similar. And it will just pop a little confirmation modal. Do you want to copy this product? You say okay. And then you'll see, oh, I have to remove my active filter. And then you'll see I have a draft product, which is basically just an exact copy of an existing listing. So yes, it's not called saved listings anymore. Rather, it's a draft product. So you can just simply copy or create a similar of an existing item and then click into it to modify the details, change the image, etc., and publish a whole new item. All right, another question. Do we upgrade our plan first and wait approval, or get approval and then upgrade our plan? I would suggest you upgrade your plan and then connect your Facebook account and get your Facebook shop all set up. That way you can start familiarizing yourself with the new tool set, and once your Facebook account is approved, then you can just go ahead, select them all, and use the bulk actions to change the status and activate them on Facebook for. So I would suggest you do it now, and then that way, as soon as you're approved for early marketplace exposure, you'll get that notification from Auctiva, and you'll just very quickly be able to log into your account and bulk activate them. How is the payment from the buyer sent to the seller? So they would check out. I don't know, Angela, do you know what payment forms Facebook accepts? Is it Visa, MasterCard, American Express?
From buyer perspective?
Yeah.
I think you can connect with a PayPal account and then use that to do the checkout. I'm not sure if there are additional payment method we support, but the payout will then go through Facebook and then go to the sellers after that SLA I mentioned earlier, after the order has been shipped, you will receive that payment.
Okay, thank you. Another question about Facebook shipping settings and if it can be set for individual items. So as we kind of described before, when you post items from Auctiva to Facebook, Auctiva automatically assumes that it will use your default shipping setting on Facebook. But if you would like to, like if you have a subset of products that are definitely heavier and they're going to be more costly for shipping, you can definitely create a second profile and then you can go ahead and assign items to it. So if you need to, you can add an additional shipping profile using this button, and then you would be able to assign perhaps your heavier items to that profile. So while it's not calculated based off of the item's weight, which I know some sellers have asked for, you do have the ability to set specific items into a specific shipping profile. All right, another question. Do most of our sales via eBay? We do most of our sales via eBay as buy it now, but some are in auction. Does Facebook Marketplace accommodate that? So the Auctiva interface, all of your fixed priced eBay listings will be represented on your Auctiva product catalog. The Auctiva product catalog supports multi-channel listing abilities. So all of your good till cancel fixed priced eBay listings will be represented on your Auctiva product catalog, which you can then cross post to other channels. However, for auctions, they are specifically going to be found on the auctions page located up here. And that is because we simply cannot offer our multi-channel tools for eBay auctions. And that's primarily due to eBay's revision policies. As I'm sure you're aware, like once you post an auction, there are a lot of strict restrictions around revisions because you can't modify an auction essentially if you have a current bid in place. But it also anyways, that's the short summary of it. So unfortunately, no, if you want to use Auctiva to cross post your items to Facebook Marketplace, they do need to be in a fixed price good till cancel format. But that said, through the Auctiva interface, you can manage both listing types. It's just you'll have to do auctions specifically through the auctions page, and then products, good till cancel listings can be managed through your product catalog. All right, I see there are a ton more questions, and we are unfortunately out of time. Oh my goodness, I thought I was going to be able to get through all of these. But with that, I think what we will do is we will send out some additional communication with some additional FAQs and help resources, and we'll also publish this webinar so you guys can refer to it at a later time. But I know you guys are all busy with your business schedules, and also our meta experts as well as myself. It's going to be a busy day, and I just wanted to say thank you all for joining. I hope you found this webinar to be helpful. If you have any additional questions, or you just need a little help getting started, please do not hesitate to contact our team. Again, you can contact us Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. through 6 p.m. just by using the little support bubble in the bottom right-hand corner. We've been helping a lot of sellers get started, set up their account, convert their regular account into a business account, and get items listed. So if you have any specific questions regarding your specific account or specific items, again, just reach out to our team and we'll be happy to help. And with that, I just want to say thank you all for joining, and thank you, Angela, Chad, Judy, all the meta experts for joining. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, everybody.
All right. Talk to you all later. Bye-bye.
Bye.